Welcome back to Alanaya So Chic. I'm Naisha Richardson, and this is a place where we talk about all things fashion, lifestyle, and DIY. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as hitting the bell notification to make sure that you get notified every time I post a new video. Here at Alanaya So Chic, sustainability, upcycling, and recycling are very important to us. I love flowers. I love preserving my flowers. I still have my flowers from when my husband and I were dating, as well as my beautiful wedding bouquet. In today's episode, I'm going to show you how to preserve your bouquet 4 different ways. Make sure that the bouquet that you use, the flowers are still somewhat alive, or you won't get the same results as today's video. Let's go ahead and get started. Some of the items that I will be using in today's video include a mason jar, some soaking Epsom salts. You can use whatever kind you like. I'll also be using my glue gun, and then finally a wooden frame that I purchased on Amazon that I'll be linking down below in the description box. So let's get started with option number 1. My husband got me these lovely flowers for my birthday, and I wanted to preserve them. And so I'm showing you guys how I did that today. First thing, I took them out of their water. Again, you want to do this before they get completely dried up and all gooey and nasty. And I started by separating out all of my favorite greenery pieces. As you can see, I set aside all of the flowers, but then I also made sure that I kept out 1 or 2 pieces of greenery that I will use for the other project. Then I began arranging the green pieces according to their type. You don't have to do this, it just helps me when I'm rearranging the greenery bouquet, but totally up to you. Do what fits you best. I also added a pop of color to mine, and once you're done, I used some jute rope, tied it around once just to make sure that it was nice and secure, and then you can even out your little branches there, your greenery. Tied it again a second time just to make sure it won't fall, and then tied some bows around it for some nice finishing touches. And there you have it. This, ladies and gentlemen, is option 1 of ways you can repurpose your bouquet. Then hang that up to dry overnight and then move on to the next portion. For this portion of the DIY, I took all of the flower petals off of each of the flowers and basically went to town. I separated them and then made sure that I got only the ones that I really liked. Some of them were a little bit harder to separate than others, but just do what you want with this. It's your DIY. Once you've separated out the petals just how you like them, let that dry overnight. Make sure to spread it out, and you have this lovely array of petals. showed you number 1, let's go ahead into number 2. So we're actually going to make sure that our glue gun is ready to go with hot glue. Of course, as always, be careful with that. And we're going to take our wooden frame. I absolutely love this because you can do something with either this side or this side. Today, for today's DIY, we're going to use what appears to be the inside. What we're going to do is put our glue, our hot glue, all around the inside edge, and I'll show you exactly what to do. So let's start with one edge at a time. We're going to scoot our now dried flowers just a little bit to the side, and on the inside here I'm going to go all the way down to the inside. I'm actually just going to go about halfway because this glue dries pretty quick. But what I'm going to do is take some of my dried flowers and just kind of drop them there, sprinkle them a little bit. Make sure the flowers touch the glue. They don't take long to dry, so just shake off the excess a little bit. So far we have just a little bit around the inside. So let's do the rest. Now that you've completely covered your inside of your frame with the flowers, the dried flowers that you like, what we're going to do now is use the saved portion that's still alive that we kept of a very small branch or flower of your choice. I'm going to turn it around to this orientation because this is the one I like best, and I'm going to just kind of get an idea of how I want it to be placed. Mark just very lightly with a pencil, like I know I'm going to end there. Again, mark very lightly because you don't want it to be seen. There's going to be a branch kind of along here, just so you can get somewhat of an idea. We are going to put some hot glue on the back of this branch, but we don't want to ruin the branch and we don't want to burn ourselves. So you do want to get kind of an idea of where it's going to be. Okay, so in these little spots that I've marked to put glue, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Very carefully and lightly start placing it down. There we go. And you have nice, beautiful, living art. The third way you can upcycle your bouquet is by creating some lovely bath salts with your potpourri in them. We're going to go ahead and open up our mason jar. I'm going to start by adding in some of the Epsom salt first. It smells so good. Once we pour it about probably a fourth, I'm going to take some of my smaller pieces of the dried flowers, like my leaves and things, and depending on what kind of flowers or leaves, eucalyptus, whatever it is that you like, put those in. It's so pretty already. Then we're going to pour in some more of the salt on top. And then we're going to add another. Beautiful layer. Waste not, want not, so last but not least, we're going to take the leftovers and just make a beautiful potpourri dish. So with our little basket here, I'm just going to take all the rest of the leftover dried flowers. Make sure you get all of them. And now we have a beautiful potpourri dish. I'm so happy with how this DIY turned out. Thanks guys so much for joining me again. Remember, if you like it, I love it. So go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And stay tuned next Wednesday for yet another video. Bye.